So let's start copying our activity. So game activity, just copy it, paste it on the same folder and the same package. The name is going to be game multi activity. Okay. We have just copied the activity, and this activity is using the view from the activity game, but this time I don't want to use this view. I'm going to create a different view for the multi-game. So I'm going to do the same with the layout. I'm just going to copy and paste it, and this is going to be called activity multi-game. And here I am going to delete the text view on the wall. I'm going to leave the linear layout, and depending on the number of letters that the user introduced, I'm going to create text view here, but I'm going to do that programmatically. We are not going to do it on the view. Okay, so coming back to game multi-activity, now we have to change here the view, because this is going to use the new view that we have created. And the last thing that we have to do, remember, every time we create an activity manually, we have to come to the manifest and say that we have a new activity here. So I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to call it a multi-activity. So we have all the activity defined here. Okay. So coming back to our screen, multiplayer activity, where the edit text is, I'm going to remember these two methods again. What I have to do here now is get the value from the edit text Remember, I need to get the value from the edit text and send it to the new activity. So I'm going to leave this as an exercise for you now. Okay, how do we send a value from one screen to another one? If you remember when we were sending the scores, the number of the points to the game over activity, we use an intent with an extra. So that is the same thing that we have to do now. So if we go to multiplayer activity, we need to get the value from the edit text when the user clicks on the play button. So let's create the method for the play button first. So void start multi-game. I'm going to set the click to the button. So to this button, the property on click is going to be the method start multi-game. The edit text is called edit text word, so I'm going to retrieve the value from edit text word and send it to the next activity. First, find the edit text. Edit text word. Be careful, it's edit text word, not edit text letter. Edit text letter doesn't exist on this view. Okay, and the value to send, the word to guess is edit text get text to a string. Okay, so now we have the value here. We have to send into the new activity and start the new activity. So I can create an intent. I am just going to copy the intent that I have from the main activity. It's easier to reuse always code. So I am creating an intent here, which is going to go to the multi game activity, game multi-activity, sorry. And in this intent, before sending it, I'm going to put an extra. Remember that the way to send data between activities is with extras on the intent. So my intent put extra is going to be word identifier. This is the key for extra. When we retrieve the extra on the next activity, we are going to ask for word identifier, and the value is the word to guess. Okay. So how am I going to test this? On the game multi-activity, when I start, I don't need the random word anymore. So on this activity, I'm going to add a log to check the extra. So the word sent by the other activity is on the intent, get a string extra in this case, and the name was word identifier, the name that I used to identify the extra. So now I'm going to add a log, my log, to see the value of the word sent. I'm going to put the value directly. So let's test all of this. For any problem I have written here an ID which is incorrect, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to launch again. So my word play, I'm here. What do I have from the logs? I have one log here which says my log and my word. So it's fine, the log has been printed, we have the word here. So now we will have to do some modification in game multi-activity. We don't need the random word anymore, we just need to set the word that we have sent, and then we will need to change the number of letters.